Morning, Jimmy Krotov speaking. I don't need my lamp. I don't need my lamp here because here is a large window, and just now I'm in the suburb, mm, what in Russian is called dacha, nano estate. Um, in front of the winter, I'm trying to make everything in order. So there is a great disorder now. Any order born from the disorder. This is the essence of physics and the theory of Big Bang. Okay, mobilization. Certainly everyone around me is in panic, especially my wife. We have two sons, but one son has immigrated a long time ago. He lives in Prague in Czechia and works for Radio Free Liberty. But the younger son is not so, is still young. And certainly there are some troubles, mostly in the heart. I guess well, you see, and I try to support those who are in Russia, but my main idea is very simple. You have a choice between army and prison. According to the Russian law, if a man or woman refuses to serve in the army, he goes to the prison for 3 years. And actually, it's an interesting thing because in Russia, as well as in States, I guess, and as everywhere, prison is highly demonized. So prison is a place where a man would be raped in his acts. Prison is worse than army. Prison is humiliation. Prison is so and so. And army. You're in the army now. You must be glad. 100 men. Army is heroism. Army is defendance of army is masculinity, and so on and so forth. But it's vice versa. It's just the opposite. Prison is not a hell. Army is not a paradise. Army is a place for cowards. Normal men will never go to the army. And certainly it's better to be in prison than in army. Not because you cannot be killed in the prison. You can. But you are not obliged to kill in the prison. And in the modern army, most people don't know whether they've killed someone or not. My father, who fought in the Second World War and participated, for example, in the conquering of Eastern Prussia, Königsberg, he was the head or sergeant of the detachment of people who ran with automatic guns. This is not my field. I do not know all the terms with Kalashnikovs. On the tanks, they've went with the tank on the tank. So with the tank, they've entered Königsberg first, and he received a medal. But when you fire, you don't know whom you've killed. You know this only when you're on the duel or when you work with the sword. So it's a sort of lottery. But even if you didn't kill anyone, you're still guilty in the willingness to kill, in the will to kill. You're guilty in the face of your conscience and God. And your conscience is more dangerous to you than God. Actually, the final question is, it can be a test. Whom do you want to be in the hell? Well, actually, every clever man will say, I want to be Dante, walking to and fro and looking for this and that, and writing a poem about all these guys and ladies. No, you have not such a choice to be Virgil or Dante. Do you want to be a sinner? Do you want to be Beelzebub? This is the ancient pronunciation. Do you want to be a sinner or Satan? Do you want to suffer or to make others suffer? If you'll be in the hell and the Satan will tell you, oh, Jimmy, I waited for you for a long time, many, many billions of years. Let us make a change. You'll be this Satan giving orders and looking for the order, and I went to the most unpleasant man in hell. I will be eternally frozen, or like in Dante, Judas is in the frozen, it seems to me. Or I'll be in the hellfire. Okay. Do you think that Satan receives pleasure from what he's doing? Certainly he's suffering most. And every soldier is a Satan. That's the problem. That's why I'm against any army. I'm for the dissolving of armies. And how shall we manage if America will be conquered by China or by Russia? Well, for example, east of America conquered by Russia, the west will be conquered by China. How will the Americans live under the dictatorship? And how do I live? And how most people in the world lives under dictatorships? Try it. Try it. It was easy to overcome the mild dictatorship of the British king. It was not the large problem, actually, to be honest. You know American history better than myself. It was not the overwhelming victory. The enemy was weak. And try to overcome Putin or Xi. Try to overcome something like the country in which I live. I'm trying, actually. And remember that it is possible. This is possible because 1,000 years ago, all Europe, all humankind lived under dictatorships of different sorts and forms and colors and orders. And now we have still the part of the world living in freedom and liberty. So it is possible. How? Study history, but certainly it costs a lot. And usually it's not by violence, it's by brain, by heart, by life, or with life, with brain. Sorry for my poor English, but I think you've got the idea. Jimmy Krotov, Moscow. Oh, Jimmy Krotov's from Safontyevo, not far from the New Jerusalem near Moscow. Good luck, my Russian friends. I most strongly suspect that mostly Russians are listening to me. No English speaking, no English born people. And now I'm in need to speak with God. Sorry.